Oh my God. It's like Joe Biden giving a State of the Union, coughing a lot. Alright everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about EDC. Alright, we're not going to be going down the road like some other channels may do. Or listen, the internet is filled with all kinds of crazy stuff. Alright, you've got videos where people are like, oh yeah, part of my EDC is a truck gun. Yeah, listen, we're not getting into that type of stuff. Alright, I live in Connecticut. You don't have a truck gun. You don't carry stuff like that because, listen, it's going to get broken into. All right, we have a rash of car break-ins, so I don't usually pack my truck or my cars with stuff that I don't want to lose. Right. So at the end of the day, everything's got to come out with me. It's got to come back in the house. All right. That includes when we cover the subject of getting into belts, like carrying something like this. It's unfeasible. All right. And I know some people are going to be like, oh, but if the world were to fall apart, listen, the world's going to fall apart. It is what it is. And it's going to happen like that. And you're not going to be prepared. So don't even think that you're going to be prepared. All right. You can hedge your bets and try to be. You'll never see it coming. All right. The stuff that I'm going to go over is a mix of some of the things that I carry day to day. All right. It's something I'm always going to have with me. Some things are going to be very unique to me and you're not going to need. Other things you're going to need that I don't need. All right. We're going to just go over basics. Starting off with, all right, for me, for a lot of people, I should say this, you need sunglasses. All right. Now, I don't care if you have Dollar Tree sunglasses or whatever. I mean, these are Oakley fuel cell. They're great. But you're probably, if you're like me, you're going to need your regular glasses. These are prescription glasses. All right. These legit are my bifocals. I need those to drive. I need those to see my phone, things like that. I do forget to wear them sometimes just because I pretty much can see fine without them. It's when things are very far away or when then I'm trying to read something on my phone or whatever. It's all blurry. Boom. There you go. So something to cover my eyes. Sunglasses or my regular glasses. Next up, we'll talk about knives. All right. I never go anywhere without a knife unless it is an area that is prohibited. And even then, sometimes I forget to take it out of my pocket. Now, for day to day, I don't have a fixed blade or anything. I just have a flipper. Okay. And depending on my mood, what I'm wearing, depends on what I'm going to take with me. As in, I've got knives that are really expensive and I got knives that are dirt cheap. Doesn't matter the brand as long as it cuts. I mean, you're using it for opening boxes, envelopes, cutting cheesecake, stabbing someone, whatever you need to do. You need to have a knife. All right. So my day-to-day carries, I've got one of this. This is a mace knife. It is a pretty big blade. It is heavier. But it's not that bad to carry. Standard Kershaw. All right. Yep. It's emblazoned with USCCA. Way back in the day when you signed up to become a USCCA member, you got a knife out of the deal. It was pretty cool. They stopped doing that though. They're Kershaws. This one right here, I think I got this at the Army Navy store. It is spring assist. I am a big fan of the spring assist blades. It's got the little don't tread on me snake on there. Would I use this as like a dedicated survival knife? No, I have stuff for that. But this for just EDC everyday carry, it works just fine. Currently, I am carrying this one. It's spring assist. It's a Smith & Wesson. I just bought this not even a month ago. When I was out in Reno visiting my daughter, I didn't bring anything with me, knife wise or whatever. So when I was out there, went down to Naval Air Station, or NAF, Naval Air Facility, Fallon, because my daughter needed groceries, so we took her to the commissary. While we were there, we hit up the exchange, and I picked up just a little knife. To get it home, I put it in my checked bag, and it worked. It went through. All right. Hat. I always have a hat. Protects my head from the sun, absorbs sweat. I am bald. I've had my head cooked before from the sun. It is not fun. So I always have a hat. As of lately, I'm always wearing the Gun Guru hat. So if you're interested in a Gun Guru hat, links down below. All right, it's part of the merch. Watches. Always have a watch. So for years, I wore just this, a regular G-Shock. I actually had a G-Shock. I wore it so much, the rubber on it pretty much dry rotted, and it fell apart. Boom. I'm going out, maybe a party, something where I need to dress up a little bit. I'm not into big, expensive watches, things like that. I just have a Citizen. I've got a few of these. All right, this is one of their dive watches. I've got a bunch of dive watches. Some of them are really old. They still work. You just, you gotta swap the batteries out. I like that one. It's Eco Drive, so sunlight and you just moving around charges, winds the watch for you. So I don't have that problem. Lately, though, I just wear my Garmin Instinct Tactical. It's got, night vision mode. It's got GPS on it for doing waypoints and navigation, things like that, which all correspond with apps. Comes in handy. You put it in stealth mode. It's the only smartwatch I own. I like it because it syncs up to my iPhone. It tracks my steps. I get alerts from it from other things that are really important to me. So that's why I have it. I mean, not bad. The Garmin's are really good. Battery lasts, for me, I probably get about 2 weeks on it. And it's not one of the Instinct 2s, which is solar powered. This, I just plug it in, takes about an hour to charge, and I'm good for about 2 weeks. In fact, everybody in my house has a Garmin. So, and you wear what you want. I'm just letting you know what I have. All right. Of course, wallet. That's actually in my pocket right now. Nothing special, just a big fat wallet. Got Utah permit, my Connecticut. It's got basically all my permits. Driver's license in it. Military ID, which will probably blur out if I can identify anything. Credit cards. No cash. Rarely carry cash. Cash is absolutely disgusting. I'm not a big fan of having it on hand. I'm not saying that I don't. I just don't like carrying it because it's easier just to do Apple Pay, things like that. All right. Keys. Obviously, if I'm driving somewhere, I'm going to have my keys with me. You don't need to see the keys. Writing instruments. So I like to be able to write things down. If I'm not putting it into my iPhone, then I want to be able to write it down on a piece of paper. Like, you're in a car accident or whatever, and you want to take notes, you want to make little sketches, things like that. Always have them with me. So you can have like a Write in the Rain. I usually have like a little moleskin with me. Might not be on my person, but I have notebooks like in the glove box, center console, in an EDC backpack. When it comes to the pens, it's not that important. I have this right here. It's a Write in the Rain pen. I have it because it's got one of the pressurized cartridges in it, so it can write upside down in the rain, no matter what. It's always going to write. There's other pens. you buy at Staples that are pretty much the same thing. All right. Flashlights. I always have a flashlight with me. You never know when you need to use a flashlight. All right. You can buy, you can go out and buy the real expensive like stream lights, things like that. One of the best flashlights I have is this. It's cheap. It was a freebie from Epson, but it works. When I need to find something in a dark area, boom, that. Now when it comes to like weapon lights and all that, I do have that. It's part of an extended everyday carry. I don't carry one every day with me. Just I have a little handheld. This one, or I've got a Surefire, which I think the wife has the Surefire. All right. Along the same route, I know what everyone's itching for. EDC handgun. All right. I keep it simple. All right. And everyone should have one or both of these. Okay. Glock 19. All right. That's it. Glock 19. Or, I know everyone's going to make fun of it, this one. P320. Hands down, they're two of the most popular handguns in the country. Glock 19 being the most popular, P320 following right afterward. All right, those are the two most popular handguns. And I have a bunch of handguns. These are what I do for EDC. I train with these two the most. Hands down, it's simple. Now, when it comes to holsters, you don't have to spend a ton of money to get a decent holster. All right, you don't want to go the cheap route. You can buy like simple Kydex holsters like this one. I've got this Kydex holster. This is for the Glock. Honestly, I couldn't tell you what company this one is. I got it for free, part of a review. But what do I normally carry? Bravo concealment. All right. I have holsters for both the P320 and the Glock 19. And I have out of the waistband and in the waistband for both guns. All right. Depending on how I'm feeling, what I'm doing, what I'm wearing will depend on how I'm going to carry. Okay. If I want to be a little more covert, I'm going to go with in the waistband. But the out of the waistband actually is pretty good still. It holds it nice and close to your body. That being said, each gun has one mag in it. And if you only have one, technically you have none. I'm just going to assume there's going to be a jam or whatever. So depending on what I carry, I'll carry an extra mag with me. All right. So 19 or the P320. One extra mag. And these are from Pitbull Tactical. It is a universal pistol mag holder. This little elastic rubber just expands, carries it. It's in there. The retention is decent enough to where it's not going to fall out. All right. But there's no pushing and clicking like some other holsters. All right. It's good enough. I've seen people carry like the Neo Mag magazine, little clips that go on there, and you just slide it in your pocket. I just carry this, right? Usually at the 9 o'clock position, maybe a little forward. That's what I'm used to. That's what I trained for. So that's what I have. Now, I know you're all wanting to know what kind of ammo I carry. Well, since it's everyday carry, I don't carry regular ball ammo. That's if you're doing that, you're wrong. Fix yourself. 99% of the time, the ammo that I'm going to be carrying is Spear Gold Dot. Right? It's like the gold standard. It's proven. The ballistics on it are very evident. A lot of departments carry them. It's the gold standard. Okay? They've got others out there, other defensive rounds. You carry what you want. Just make sure it's a defensive round. All right. I've got some plus Ps. They just sit in the safe. Not doing that. All right. So when it comes to my belt for the guns and all that, there's plenty of belts out there from like Core, 511. Buy whatever you want. Me, I literally just have simple web belts with basically like a Cobra buckle on them because I can cinch them down. It's just what I wear. They're nothing fancy. Literally, these are probably made in China. They come off Amazon. It is what it is. When it comes to medical, you should always have a little bit with you. Now, when it comes to like your Band-Aids and gauze, all that stuff is kept in the car, first aid kit. If I'm going out and we're going to be walking around a little more and I'm going to have like a backpack, I'll probably have a small IFAK in there. But personally, on me, this is like I'm just running up to Target for something for the family. When it comes to first aid, it's a tourniquet and chapstick for personal use. That's as far as I'm going. That's it. Other things, I wouldn't have it on me per se. I do have it. They're in each vehicle. They're scattered around the house. If I'm going to be away from a vehicle for an extended period of time, like when fair season's here and we go into like the Durham Fair or the Big E or something like that, something I'd carry with me is a Transcend 15-gram glucose gel pack. All right, and you can even carry like a little snack. Like this is just trail mix out of an MRE. And why do I carry that? Because part of my everyday carry that's always in my pocket is this. This is my little Dexcom receiver. All right, I have a Dexcom on the back of my arm because I'm a diabetic. So, got to have that stuff with me. It's part of my EDC. Between that and all that, it all links into an iPhone, which this is going to be my basic comms. I'm not going to be carrying radios with me everywhere I go. Cell phone works just fine. Comms. Always try to have a charge on it. I don't like it getting too low. So once I hit about the halfway mark, if I'm in the vehicle, I'm going to plug it in and charge it. If I'm at home, it's going to be plugged in and charged. You never know when you're going to have to just grab your phone and go. And with my luck, I'm going to grab my phone, leave the house, and it's going to have like a 2% charge on it. So I want to make sure the battery is always charged. I have another iPhone, and that is used more for this type of stuff, social media, YouTube, and all that. That is not my primary phone. This one is. So I always have that. The other one, I may or may not take it. It really depends if I plan on doing maybe a YouTube short or work on some social media stuff. And that's about it. I mean, I didn't even have it with me the other day when I was in the hospital getting my lung biopsy. I just had this one. Once I was able to play on my phone again, that's all I did. Played on my phone and waited for chest x-rays, this, that, and the other thing. And that's what it boils down to. 99% of this stuff is what I'm going to carry on me. And I don't want big bulging pockets and all that stuff. Whether I'm wearing jeans, Wranglers, or the normal pants that I wear, they're jean-like material, but they have reinforced knees and all that. Some people are like, oh, they're tactical. No, they've got more pockets, right? But they're not cargo. I can't stand the cargo pants. On the side of my thigh, there's a zip pocket. That's where the tourniquet goes. Just goes right in the side. And I have it with me. All right? Because you're probably going to need that more than anything else. First aid. Knife. It's just going right in my pocket. It goes in the smaller pocket, which is designed for a watch pocket when we had pocket watches. And then, depending on what I'm doing, how I'm feeling, I would pick between this or this. All right, both are reliable. All right, I know the 320, you're going to give me crap for it. Don't drop it. Yes, I freely admit when the 320 first came out, there were a lot of bugs with it. They've worked them all out. They've recalled a bunch of them. The trigger has been fixed. I've never had a problem. All right, but you know, it's in the news a lot. Everyone's poo-pooing on it. I'm sure the Glocks are just the same. I'm sure there's discharges and all that. It just never make the news because it's a Glock, and everyone's like, oh, sometimes stuff happens. Those are the two most popular handguns on in America today: Glock 19 and a P320 from SIG. One of those is perfect for your everyday carry. Now, there are other ones that I may carry depending on what we're doing. So if we're going out to dinner and I want something a little more compact, I'm going to go with maybe the Glock 43X. I don't usually go much smaller than that. My wife has a 43. I don't like it because my pinky hangs off the grip. So the 43X is good for that. The grip is the size of the 19. Glock 43X is not mine. It is my wife's. So, we're going out and I'm like, oh, I want to carry your gun. And then she'll make fun of me. All right. Before I forget, and it's going to sound so dumb. I don't care if you're wearing shorts, a t-shirt. Let's talk about shoes. I don't care what kind of shoes you wear, as long as they're closed-toed shoes. All right, I'm wearing like this. These are Vasks. They've got good grip for going off-road and, like the beat, like hiking trails, things like that. Drawback is they are low cut on the ankle, so there's no protection for the ankle. So you can easily roll an ankle. Be mindful of that. All right. If you're going to wear regular tennis shoes, the same thing could happen. All right. I don't wear any special shoes. I like these. They work great. I avoid wearing sandals, slippers, flip-flops, especially leaving the home, because you have no idea how many times I've seen people taken out because they jack their feet up, right? We used to make fun of people overseas because they wear the sandals and hot brass gets between the toes, or they're moving around, they kick something, stub their toe, and they're wearing these stupid little sandals and they jack their feet up. All right. And you can tell because when you deal with older people and the culture, they wear sandals all the time, their feet are pretty gnarly. I like my foot totally encompassed in a shoe and protected. So that's me. You never know when you're going to have to run, sprint, get off the road, ruck a little bit through some pretty nasty terrain. Be prepared. Always wear closed-toed shoes. That's me. I say that. Now, if you're adamant that you wear flip-flops, or sandals or whatever, and you're leaving, make sure you take a pair of closed-toed shoes with you. Just keep them in the car, keep them on the floorboards or whatever. Throw them in your everyday carry bag. Make sure they're not brand new shoes. They need to be broken in. This way, if you have to put them on and move, you're not getting blisters, so on and so forth. So that's pretty much for everyday carry. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just very common items. So let me know what you think down below. Is there anything that you carry that I did not consider? Or is there something that I carry and you're like, hey, that's a pretty good idea? You can always add to, but this stuff I really don't like to take away from. Basic things: gun, knife, watch, phone, flashlight. sunglasses or regular glasses, things like that. Those are the important things. Those are your base. Then you can add to, like, you can have a backpack with extra mags in it, this, that. Remember though, all this stuff starts to get heavy. And if you're just running the Walmart, you're going to Target, ShopRite, Stop and Shop. You're just running to an outlet mall. You don't want to stand out. You don't want all that crap. You want to just kind of blend in and look like everybody else. So you want stuff that kind of conceals pretty easily. All right, now, like I said, some of the stuff is very unique, like gel packets. Those are important. Last thing I want to do is fall out and fall into a coma. So, all right, that's all I got for you guys in this video. Best way to support the channel is always purchase the merch. Please like, share, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you in the next video.